Morning, algebra students. We are going to continue with pre-algebra skills. We are looking at Algebra 1 again, and today we are evaluating expressions. So our last lesson was order of operations, add, subtract, multiply, and divide in the correct order. Today we're going to evaluate expressions. If you have your calculator nearby, it'll make this a little bit quicker and easier. You can download a calculator in self-service for your iPad. If you use one from your cell phone, that's totally fine too. So if you have one line around the house, that's great. So we're going to evaluate some expressions. We are going to look at t plus 5 when t is equal to 3. So we need to substitute that 3 into t. So we have 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. That's it. So they get a little bit more complicated, but that's basically the idea. So order of operations, but you have to put the numbers in. So I have 4 squared plus 3. 4 squared is 16 plus 3 is 19. For letter C, we have 2 times 3 minus, now be careful here with the negative 4, you do have to write them both in, minus negative. If we were in class together, you'd all tell me it's plus. So this is 2 times 3 plus 4. Multiplication comes first. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 4 gives us 10. So evaluating expressions, and that's really all we're doing today, folks. They get a little bit longer. So we have 6 times negative 6 plus 3 over 11. Negative 36 plus 3 over 11. In the numerator, I'll have a negative 33 over 11. This becomes negative 3. For letter E, we've got 3 times 2 squared minus 7 times 2. Now this 2 goes into both x's. So exponents come first. 3 times 4 minus 7 times 2. 3 times 4 multiplication and 7 times 2 multiplication. And 12 minus 14 is negative 2. For letter F, we have 3 times 5 minus 1. Inside those parentheses, we'll say 3 times 4, and we're left with 12. Easy peasy today. You guys, go ahead, take a minute and try these. You can pause your video here if you want to. All right, so there you go. There's the solutions for the UDO. On letter A, we substitute the negative 2 for C. 18 divided by negative 2 is negative 9. For letter B, we substitute that negative 4 for both the R and the R squared. Just watch this negative 4 squared is really positive 16. Negative 8 plus 16 is 8. All right, good job. Keep them coming. You guys go ahead, pause your video here and try these. All right, here's the UDO solutions. Now we have to substitute for 2 letters. Just make sure you match them up correctly. The A goes with A and B goes with B. Inside the parentheses, 5 plus a negative 3 is 2. 8 times 2 is 16. For letter D, put M, 4 in for M, and negative 3 in for N. 3 times 4 is 12. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. 12 plus negative 3 is 9. All right, example 2A, same idea. You just want to be careful with those negatives, and we've got a few extra variables here. So for x, x is worth 6. Z is worth a negative 2. So this minus a negative becomes a positive. So 6 minus 3 times a positive 2. Now, I know we're tempted to say that we're going to do 6 minus 3 first because it's on the left, but that's not true. Remember, multiplication comes first. Multiplication comes first. So 6 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is, 0. I made a mistake. Let's do this, 0. For letter B, x is 6. So I've got 6 squared minus y squared. Y, I don't have a y on my list. Let's pretend y is really negative 1. We'll make it happen up there. So a negative 1 squared, so this is 36. Now, negative 1 squared, this is where I see students make mistakes. Remember that this is negative 1 times negative 1, which is positive 1. So minus 1, my answer is 35. For letter C, I have a negative x, so a negative 6 plus z, which is a negative 2 squared, divided by 8. Inside my parentheses, negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8 squared divided by 8. Negative 8 squared is going to be a positive 64. divided by 8. 64 divided by 8 is 8. 2x. So 2 times 6. Oh, we don't have that y again. Let's pretend that y is a -1. Plus a -1. Z is -2 plus a -1. 12 minus 1 over -3. Oh, 11, nope, sorry, 12 minus 1 on the top is 11 divided by -3. We have a fraction there. That's okay with the numbers that I chose. X is 6 plus W, which is a -1, over Y minus Z. Y is going to be -1, and Z minus a -2. This is a 5. Over the bottom, remember these two become a plus. -1 plus 2 becomes a +1, so this is 5. In the top, letter F, X is a 6, Y is a -1, Z is a -2, divided by W is a -1. So we have -6 over -2 divided by -1. 3 divided by -1 is going to be -3. All right, that was a little bit fast. Rewatch the whole video if you need to. All right, you guys go ahead and try these. Again, use your calculator. Oh, the y is equal to 3 this time. I wonder if that's what it was supposed to be last time. It probably was. Go ahead, try those 4 values. All right, and just like that, we have our solutions to the YouTube problems. For letter A, 4 times you want to substitute the -1 for W plus 2 times that 3. So I've got -4 plus 6 is 2. For letter B, substitute the 6 for X and the 3 for Y. Our Z is -2, so 6 times 3 is 18, divided by -2 is -9. For letter C, substitute a -2 for Z and a 6 for X. 9 times -2 is -18, divided by 6 is -3. I think I have another you do page. All right, same thing, go ahead. Pause your video here and try to check these out. All right, here we go. Some you do solutions. For letter D, I substituted the 3 and the -2. So I've got 9 minus 4 is 5. For letter E, I've got 3 times 6 minus a -2. Again, you just want to watch out right here for this minus a negative, and that becomes a +2. So I've got 18 plus 2 divided by 1. Same thing happened on the bottom. Minus a negative is a +1. So we have +20. And for letter F, you've got 2 sets of parentheses. So work in those parentheses first. 3 plus a -2 becomes 1. And -1 plus a -6 becomes -7. So there you go. My handwriting was a little bit messy. This should be a 50. Not a 56. It should be a 50. All right. And that, folks, is it. So try lesson 3, practice 1. You guys are doing a great job with those, marking up the PDF. Some of you are writing in a notebook still. I love it. And some of you are printing that out. Also great. And you're marking up the PDF. So whatever you got to do the work and submit it in Google Classroom. Keep them coming.